a Dragon Knight. I think either of those, just something that's in the mid, a steadying force, hit buildings, get yourself in a good position. Seems like it'd be pretty good.
Sure. It really comes down to what kind of Bloodseeker this is supposed to be. We've seen various different Bloodseeker build, even from the same team, right? Fnatic, when QO was playing it, he was going like Midas, BKB into Radiance, like much more of a frontline and carry build. And then the one game that he played PA and his teammate played the Bloodseeker was building drums and Heaven's Halberd. So we have very different ways to play the Bloodseeker. And I still think that Mineski, depending what their last pick is, could still make the adaptation. So the picking a building seizure for Mushi is definitely one way to go about it. But obviously Mushi can play the Bloodseeker and pick a traditional core for Arc. That's also another way to approach it.
Sven stands ready.
Sven. All right, we'll have to see how he does. I'm excited to see if Mushi can make the plays that he needs to. I'm assuming that this is going to be the Arc playing the Sven.
Yep.
And going to be an interesting matchup, particularly against Queen of Pain with a lot of burst damage. Bloodseeker having the Blood Rage on him.
10 seconds
could end up being in trouble occasionally.
That is the one thing that you do have to worry about. The Sven pick makes sense in the sense that it's great against Juggernaut. Warcry is would be quite good. Also gives them another pinpoint initiation. Like now you have Blink Sanking, Blink Darkseer, Blink Sven. And as we mentioned previously, Oracle is the type of support hero that does not do well at all on him. So Mineski might be playing with that in mind. Also, it's going to be a hard Oracle game this game because Bloodseeker is going to be throwing out a lot of AoE silences that he tends to and avoid. This is a tough Oracle game, as all Oracle games are.
It is. If he's able to dodge a lot of that, though, it also has some of the highest potential of any Oracle game. You've got Disarm for Sven and Bloodseeker. You've got Fate's Edict, which can also be used for magical mitigation. And Magnus is going to be the last pick for Execration. I actually like this one a lot. It's still really tough because there's the combo breakers in there with Stormhammer and Vacuum and all that other stuff, but it does allow Execration to maybe go more towards that stacking game that you were saying Oracle possibly should have been done earlier.
Yeah. Comes down to the movements and the rotations. And in fact, it's going to be Lumik playing the Nyx Assassin, unless... And Raging Potato Magnus off lane, so... Alright boys, if you guys are familiar with Pinoy Dota, Raging Potato used to be a mid player. Sometimes even played the 1 for 4 more minutes.
Ten seconds remaining.
And it's going to be RR playing Oracle. Very interesting. RR used to be the traditional off-lane players for the Mineski.
Yeah, that's, again, a little bit curious.
Is it the case where the captain just like slaps you in the back of the head, be like, nah, I'm playing the Magnus now?
I mean, that's the thing though, right? Like, Oracle is not an easy hero to play. You usually have a specialist. And particularly this game, like I said that there's a lot of value in Fate's Edict, but it also is incredibly important that you get the correct usage off. And knowing what that is in an instant is so difficult, even for a very experienced Oracle player.
Yeah. Also, Purifying Flame does have a lot of things that you could get rid of. We've seen it.
Fortune's End.
Fortune's End, sorry. These names are hard for me to remember. Getting rid of the Warcry buff, Surge buff, Iron Shell buff, Blood Rage buff, or debuff. That's the one thing you probably don't want to get rid of if you're killing somebody. Anyways, we're into the game. I didn't really catch your opinion in terms of which draft that you preferred.
I think that I'm going for Execration this game.
Okay.
Well,
despite the Oracle?
That's the only problem. I guess it depends. We will find out very quickly if this is an Oracle player or not. If RR is a good Oracle player, then I think that they win this game. Almost there.
Did you see that Nyx almost got a cliff? That would have been GG for him. But
dodges a bullet.
Yep.
Ag walking over. Nando, they did this last time where they were almost able to find themselves a little kill, but does not end up happening as Mag is going to hang out up there in the cliff. They might actually decide to go for a little bit of a wrap here and see if they could... they don't want to go and contest that at all. There's no way that Nando will that move.
Yeah, this is more of a lane switch. Mag is heading back up top. Oh, actually, just kidding. Smoke. Here we go.
They are going in. I mean, Jug is in a perfect position to break this.
Yep.
Are they just going to go for a blind stun? Ninja Boogie going to run
Nando?
into him?
Is he asleep?
Okay.
That's a lift?
That's the lift back into the stun?
No.
Well played.
I mean, poorly played in my opinion for Mineski. That was a kill.
Well,
It was a lift into Burrow Strike. That needed to connect. And then the Storm Hammer should have connected as well. But
fair enough.
I guess Ninja Boogie... Maybe that's not fair because level 1 Burrow Strike has like no cast range. So
Yeah.
there is that.
And you want to make sure if you don't time that perfectly, you don't get the kill too. That's the other scary part about it. So,
I mean, again, you miss every shot you don't take, right? So just throw it out.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's only like, you know, 100 mana or whatever.
all right. Well, Lemic going to help out the Queen of Pain in the mid lane against this Bloodseeker. Mushi again with an interesting set. Always love to see those. And this matchup for the Darkseer is a little bit less bad than it was previously. Is just going to sort of skewer him around, give him a couple punches.
I mean, he could punch Mag all he wants, but he's going to be having trouble in this lane. And I talked about having a Darkseer in the safe lane last game, but this time it's going to be much more applicable. He gets to pull, he gets to farm the jungle, and in fact, he is going to double stack and pull to deny even further resources from the Mag.
That really sucks.
Oh, this lane's going to be confusing to call Mag and Mag.
Mag and Mag. We'll have to call it Magnus. That'll be the way to do it. Yeah, Mushi, the plus part about having a Bloodseeker here is that you do get a decent amount of damage from last hitting as well as the extra damage coming in. As Oracle RR in a little bit of trouble trying to get the pull off. He's going to get the creep wave over towards him, so Rhea are pulling that one through, and RR will be able to live. Does mean that Bloodseeker gets all that bonus damage as well.
You know, I wonder if Queen of Pain will even level up that Shadow Strike. Normally, against a melee hero, you always level it up because it's such a good harassing tool. But look at Mushi just going hard on James. And, of course, like we mentioned, Mushi has so much regen that I'm not even sure the kind of the passive harassing way of Shadow Strike will be an effective way to shut him down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it would have been one of those games where you can go for Scream and Pain. I guess the plus side to it is that you also get the slow, which does scale with the levels in it. So maybe I can find a kill in that fashion.
Oh, he does level it up. But you can see, like, Mushi just doesn't care. He just is going to be at full HP.
And it's not like you can last hit against him anyways. Like, Blood Rage is doing a lot of extra damage potential. So,
I got about half HP.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I guess the annoying thing is that you throw your Blood Rage on yourself to get the 1 or 2 last hit. But when you have that on you, you're going to just take a ton of that extra damage. And now Mushi in a lot of trouble. Of course, being only level 3, there was no access into Scream. And except Mushi will just need a sound backup.
He'll be fine with this. You could go back in again, and actually he's going to try and save it for the moment with Ninja Boogie holding the line. And Mushi does finally end up using it. That's probably the right decision. Oh, a Raging Potato looking for the skewer up on the high ground. He gets him. Mag.
Wait, he's up there with them as well.
No,
that
Mag.
means he's dead.
Oh, God,
oh
no.
That was a PogChamp play to a Fellfish, like super fast.
Yeah, they wanted to find the kill.
Oh, that's a first blood too. Where's the core? You give him that TP. Fast. Nick's assassin rotating. Maybe he's gonna kill him here.
Yeah, this should be a kill for the next.
Does he have vision?
I mean,
he doesn't have vision. He needs to. Okay, he sees him now, but then he could.
Just look at this guy.
All right,
they're gonna give it
Mag's
to
gonna come here.
Magnus.
Magnus. There you go. All right.
You must have
What a calm fiesta.
That was pretty good.
The Cito that I love the most.
All right, so Raging Potato again switching up roles. Wasn't quite on point with the way that he skewered him there.
Oh, he was on point, but.
Well, no, because you're supposed to be able to skewer while leaving yourself on the low ground.
That's actually like a. There's like a pretty small window. Oh, bottom.
Yeah, Nando's dead. Yep. Oh, it's not looking good for the Execration team.
You dare not.
I guess Queen of Pain is still having a good time mid. You have Mag that's getting a lot, about the same amount as the Darkseer. The big problem, of course, is just this Juggernaut down bottom, where Nando is kind of being bullied around a bit.
That should help.
Okay, Lumi.
Yeah, I'm just watching Mushi lasting on the mid lane.
He's doing a pretty good job of it. on being pushed in by
So
James.
Mushi buys this infused raindrops, which is like pretty standard against Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain just spamming the dagger on him, and the dagger, well, just eats up all of the charges. I wonder if it's better off for Mushi just to backpack that infused raindrops for a little bit, because right now it ain't doing a damn thing.
When he's still taking all the DOT as well. James can keep spamming this. They are coming in with Reor though, and be a little bit aware as the Burrow Strike going to connect the blood right.
Are you gonna get him anyways? I think.
Well, they are going to maybe end up losing another one, possibly. Or
oh, thanks for
trying
that
to
feed.
do it. Not going to happen. That is the power of a Bloodseeker. You want some a little bit more as well, Lemek? Over there. Well, the Blood Right ends up working out okay in spite of the fact that it didn't
do anything.
Yeah, it's,
I wonder if he threw it on the creep wave to get a little bit of burst heal if some heroes or some creeps were about to die, but I don't think that was the case either. He also just doesn't level Rupture at 6. Is this the new next level meta?
maybe.
Or is that a Mushi misclick?
I think it's okay.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of it like the reason why. There's no real great reason why not to get it. Except maybe you're thinking that you're not going to try and kill somebody. It's probably a misclick. I tend to want to.
Sure.
I tend to want to give the players the benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
But yeah, it's looking quite rough for Execration here. Mineski have just kind of been able to be all over him, and you've got this situation where your Juggernaut is kind of countered by the Sven in terms of the later stages, having the Warcry to boost up that armor for your whole team, and I mean, James hasn't been able to get anything yet, but maybe with level 6 he can find a kill in the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, Mushi, it seems like one thing, he's having trouble maintaining his Blood Rage at the right time. And maybe that is the strength of the maxing up the dagger build, or not maxing, but taking that second point, because you get that Blood Rage on yourself to get that one last hit, and then you still take all of the consistent DOT damage when the Blood Rage is on you, so maybe there's something there. Bottom line.
They found themselves a nice little Nyx Assassin, no points yet despite Carapace. The lift up, the right clicks, Lemek goes for the stun, connects onto 2, but blocked off by Arc, is going to be denied in the end. They find themselves another kill. Now, really, truly looking like it is all Mineski in the early stages of this game.
Yep. And it's very dangerous to have this kind of pacing of the game against a Bloodseeker, because he could really just like kill Queen of Pain twice. I think Mushi is just waiting for any support rotation now with the access to Rupture, and they just get a kill. Bottom lane looks like Nando is going to go right at Arc, but the stun has already been used. Arc just ports out.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And I actually really like what Mushi is doing here too. The fact that he is only keeping the Blood Rage at level 2, it's actually really important because the damage increases as the levels go up. So you actually are going to take an extra 10% damage if you got more into it. You can maintain your health by still just keeping the 2 points in Blood Rage.
Well,
whereas if you have all that burst damage that's coming out, he will end up just getting blown up by a quad.
You always max thirst, so
right.
There's no like discussion of having higher Blood Rage.
No, we saw some other games where it ended up doing other things instead.
I don't know those two games. You always max thirst. It's your best spell by far, at least early game wise.
Tower is under attack.
But
you got to get that blood right. Dream.
Max Blood right first?
Yeah.
Is that the play?
It's beautiful.
I mean, I'm no Bloodseeker expert, so maybe you're right, but that's not what I've been seeing from like QO and let's say Armel, the Bloodseeker players.
It's a Blink Dagger soon to be up for the Magnus as well. It's only around 800 gold away roughly. Mag building towards the hood himself. Looks like there's going to be a rotation as they want to swap up the lanes, give Arc a little bit more of that free farm now.
Yep. So speaking of Mags, the Magnus, very close to Blink Dagger, so Execration is having a little bit of tough time right now. You also got to keep in mind Execration can scale into the mid and late game fairly decently because of the Empower farm on the Juggernaut. So even though it's not looking good right now, I think this game is going to be much closer than the last one, just based on how the draft is.
Yeah, it's sort of dependent a lot upon how the initiators get their farm for Mineski as well, because if Sand King is able to get a decently timed Blink Dagger, and Darkseer starts building in towards something else that allows him to group up. Like, regardless, I guess that a lot of these fights are going to depend upon the Sand King's Blink Dagger for Mineski.
Surprisingly for me, is Magnus has the highest net worth so far, despite getting first blood. I guess he was doing a very good job last hitting, and also perhaps getting a couple of camps with his Empower.
James. Smoke play is just going to find himself a little Sven, looking to try and take him down. RR was set up, and there's the rotation in. Raging Potato, they get involved in RR. That's what an Oracle does best, steal the kill.
I know the Sven was picked after the Oracle, but Oracle being able to get rid of all of the plus armor from the Warcry, that was very important in getting that kill, and also important for getting the future kills against Sven teams.
Smoke play on Mineski's side is not going to bear as much fruit as they did taking down that Sven in the top lane.
Oh, they see the Nexus happen. Burrow Strike will connect.
They'll be able to walk away for the moment. Rupture is there as well. Unfortunately, it's all for naught. Limek is going to accept his fate and brought down. Maybe he could have made it to the neutrals if he just
mid lane.
Right
Reor in a little bit of trouble. Another blink. Oh, Sonic Wave just for the kill. All right, max range Sonic Wave.
Did you say stop? Radiant structures
stuff.
Going back for the Scream of Pain after the 2 in the dagger as well, and it looks like the Sand King wants to try and come and contest this here, as you do have a stun on Arc. There's that Burrow Strike available. 3 points in it, so the range is not super significant, but
all right, there's a stun.
There's the turnaround, and that should be the death of him.
Pretty greedy push by Execration, because I think 3 to 4 heroes were completely missing from the map during that push. Magnus gets lifted behind the tower. Looks like also Empower stolen, but Reor just completely in no man's land.
This is the nice play that you get. You have the Blink Dagger up on Raging Potato. They're going to start to make the moves, and we talked about the team fight for Mineski being predicated upon a Blink Dagger from Sand King. That's still a ways away. Like, when Fnatic ran this draft, they had a Pudge hook available that was their new initiating factor. Right now, it's, I mean, it's running in with, a surge forward, but no chance at it. Just get out.
Mushi's banking up 2k gold right now. I'm expecting this to be a Radiance. Or sorry, not Radiance, Midas. And then perhaps into Radiance a little bit later on. That's the build that at least Kyo went for. But Mushi, also a player known to bank gold.
Maybe just wants to wait and see what is particular he wants to go for. If they want to try and get something for the more current situation, you could go for like drums, but I don't really like that either. I think that Midas is probably the best bet for him, although the question is, like, how quickly are Execrations going to come online and start making things happen. And if it's any indication right now, Reor getting gone on, he steals Vendetta, and that's actually going to let him get away. Although with the Veil and the long duration out of Dagger, he might still end up going down.
He needs to pop and lift into a kill. He misses the Vendetta strike, but now the False Promise.
Oh, that was a lot of damage. James, he needs to TP home right now. I think he's dead from this, potentially. No, he should be okay.
He's getting kills. Yeah,
it was a lot of damage with the Rupture blink away, though.
Yeah.
It was only level 1 Rupture? Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, Reor attacked out of Vendetta, and Korean Pain was uphill, and he just missed it. You don't generally see Vendetta missing because, Nyx is a melee. And now, gank up top here. Raging Potato does have the blink and the RP.
It's it in 3 more seconds, but it'd be a big waste, right, I would imagine, just to use RP on only the Rubik, though. There is Arc in the area as well as Ninja Boogie. Bottom lane is where Darkseer is. Mag just so far away from the rest of his team.
Is Mushi going straight Radiance? 2,500 gold now banked up.
Thinking about what he wants to do. Limek looking, scouting, finds himself a Sand King. Target to go on at the start, ends up skewering back. They drop not the RP, he's able to get a Burrow Strike away. The Impale is going to miss as well. Ninja Boogie doing what he needs to do. Sonic Wave is going to come through. They find the kill with the Oracle. The back is going to be dropped, but they stole Sonic Wave. He turns it back against him. Not enough. RR gets a double. So it was a nice play in combination with Mineski, but not enough. And mid lane, battle more brewing.
Alright, Arc is gonna get ported on. Does he have a blink to get out of the situation? No, gets rooted. Skewer back. Impale, not gonna connect on time here. Numic, don't miss this one. Alright, hits it on top. RP even committed. Damn, they want Arc. I think they could have gotten even without the RP, but...
Killing spree for RR. He's just all over it. Making sure to keep on getting those kills there for his team. Yeah, really well done though. This last couple of minutes here for Execration has just looked fabulous.
Can I get my flamethrower out for a second here?
Do it.
This has gotta be the most ineffective Bloodseeker I've seen in a long time.
Oh no.
Bloodseeker is supposed to be an early game domination hero. Am I wrong in saying that? Like every time we've seen Bloodseeker, he at this point in the game has like, I don't know, a combined KDA of like at least like 8 kills and 8 assists. Mushi's just farming away. If you want to play a mid-farm hero, there's a lot better than a Bloodseeker in my opinion. He finally decides to go for a Shadow Blade. I better see some 4th of July firework from this one. Like, a lot of the timing window of the strength of the hero has been gone and past in my opinion.
That's why, like, in the draft I was talking about, and I would have much rather have seen, like, a Medusa or a DK or something else like that.
I don't think it's the hero, it's just Mushi, the way that Mushi is playing it.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that if you put Mushi on that other hero and let Arc play the aggressive role on a Bloodseeker,
right?
I don't think that that style of play that you're talking about for Bloodseeker suits him well.
Now, to be fair, as we see something happening at top. To be fair, it's hard for Mushi to get rupture kills because of False Promise. We see the one time that he did use it, Oracle was there, but I mean, the cooldown for this spell is relatively short. You just jam them out. If he doesn't get the kill, he doesn't get the kill.
Oracle 100 seconds at level 1, Rupture 60 seconds at level 1.
And you can't expect Oracle to always be behind whoever you rupture, right?
And the other problem too is that it's not a bunch of the heroes that enable the Bloodseeker to find a lot. Like before it was the Pudge, for instance, they would have the Rupture hook combo, which was so strong. But this while they're going to move right in, find themselves a Ninja Boogie. Can he get out of there? He's going to burrow to the low ground. They still manage to find the Fortune's End. The follow-up from James is going to be there, and they will secure that kill with Raging Potatoes. They're playing a really good Magnus. Very impressed with this play so far.
Well, maybe that's why he's playing it, even though he's designated the fourth player for the team. Clearly know what he's doing. Did have the highest net worth out of the laning stage. Now only falling short to the Queen of Pain. And yeah, he is taking over this game right now. Mag surrounded from all sides here. Need to get himself out of there. Numic coming in. Mag also needs to be super careful with farming with his Iron Shell, because it's very easy for the Nyx just walk next to you and just, get an initial stun on you.
Oh, definitely.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, that's always the worry. That's why you're talking about during the draft, the Nyx being a great counter to it. Mushi split pushing for the moment. Ninja Boogie is here as well. They have a blink on both. Well, just the Sven actually. So Sand King doesn't have the follow-up yet. That is a big turning point, I will say, as Queen of Pain is going to TP in to try and defend. This could be a really quick kill on James if he's not careful. Oracle is TPing in from the back, and this could be enough to save him. I think that they do still
this is
on
a bait.
James here.
Oracle's here.
They're going to get it off. False Promise last second. Where's the Rupture? Did he not cast it?
I don't think so.
Oh man, that
Blood Rage is pretty good here though. The silence is gonna be on 2. They skewer him back, Sonic Wave.
Oh god,
got him. I don't think the Rupture would have made any difference there, because the Oracle would have kept the Queen of Pain safe anyways.
No, definitely. It felt like the game plan there was to Rupture while the stun came out, so that way you could end up getting a, Queen of Pain couldn't blink away, but I guess he threw out the Blood right on top of him as well. But this is the scary part, is now you're going in towards Roshan, and Execration in a great position to take this. Mineski don't have the items yet to come and contest.
No. They do not. Ninja Boogie seems like a lot of weight is on his shoulder. That Blink Dagger that you keep mentioning is getting close. Mag, I guess he's working towards a finish pipe. But it almost feels like he also needs a blink to help in these team fights. Right. Sven does have his blink, so that's a good one, but it feels like very different. It feels like a lot of timing window has been lost, at least with the Bloodseeker. The lanes have not gone the same way. A little bit like running around like headless chickens, I almost want to say.
Yeah. But there is still this great combo that's eventually going to come out, and we just need to wait for that Blink Dagger to get done, and then we'll, I would imagine from the Sand King, start to see some big plays. But it has been, I mean, this is, even for a position 4 Sand King, that's the strength of this hero really, is his ability to farm out given limited space around the map. So bottom lane, Sven set up, but he's going to run into Nando here. Did they spot each other?
Yeah, Arc has a ward. That ward is right next to him, but looks like they spotted that blink anyways, and now...
Ooh, Leemic, he's found him. There it is. The root comes out. The Impale is there as well, and Sven in no man's land is just going to end up dropping. The war cry obviously purged, and yeah, that's rough.
So looking at Ninja Boogie. Today when we were casting that, we saw a mech out of a Sand King? Or was it me and Gods that were casting that?
No, it's you and me.
Okay. Ninja Boogie is the first person that like really popularized that build. He loves his mech Sand King. We might see it down the line if he feels like his team needs a little bit of a team fight. Although Darkseer normally is.
Poor Rubik, he is
Jukes?
in trouble. He's still in trouble. That's a dead hero. Epicenter trying to turn this. Ninja Boogie going in. Vacuum wall, but they end up saving Nando. He's going to be okay, and the rest of them should be able to run these guys down. The skewer over the cliff and far away. He's able to blink away before the Stormhammer hits Mamushi. Going oh so fast. The Burrow Strike through onto 3. This is going to be the death of Nando. Most assuredly is Mushi running down that Aegis Juggernaut. Can they kill him a second time?
TP?
He needs to get it out right away, and yeah, no way out of this one. So they will be able to only secure the kill really on Magnus, but a great jump in from Ninja Boogie.
Yeah, good bait there as well. The Rubik dying. Rubik also stole Omni Slash before he died there, so I think Nando definitely needs to be, because he Omni Slashed as Sven in the jungle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get rid of that spell, but just small mistake. He wasn't punished there, but definitely could have been.
Okay. 11-8 current net worth lead is around 1K into the favor of Execration. Tenuous lead, but a lead nonetheless. The question is going to be, how do the next couple minutes work out, and where are we going to see the next rotation for Execration?
I think the onus is definitely on Mineski, because the way I see it is that Execration, they have Empower Juggernaut. To me, this is the best way to extend into the late game between both of these teams. And they could take it slow, or they could speed up the game. Whatever Execration wants to do, they have the power to do so right now. And Mineski has to be the one that says, look, we don't scale nearly as well, even though we have a Sven. And we need to start to get some Blink Dagger team fights going. I love the not finishing the pipe for Mag first. And pick up the blink. Like, he needed that blink in that like last team fight.
Darkseer is always just so important to get into the midst of all of it, and with we talked about it, the Blink Dagger, as soon as it was done on Sand King, they started to make these plays.
Oh, Leemic.
Now he's looking, he's hoping, he wants it. That's what's done on the 2. They don't decide to go, not quite there.
Mana Burn stolen by Riori. Only a level 1 Mana Burn.
Mushi, ready to TP in
that
for
a BKB?
cleanup duty.
Yep, BKB.
Finished. They're pushing against bottom. I think it's time when you drop the healing ward. They're going to get lifted. The Burrow, it's again there. Epicenter vacuum wall yet again. The Sonic Wave comes out though. Is it enough damage? They're already ruptured onto 1. Disarmed for the moment. They still have RP if they want to go back in. Leemic already dead. That's a dead Jug. Wasn't able to survive through it. Enraging Potato now trying to get out. They don't have the increased movement speed anymore, but there's the Burrow. They catch the Oracle. James trying to do anything at all, but they're going to throw all of their lives away. Only the Rubik is going to die, and maybe 2 will. James, now he's going to get out of there, but still, rough fight again for Execration.
I wonder why they keep thinking they could win a team fight under the tier 1 tower. That last team fight already shown that they couldn't, and now it's one items picked up later from Mineski. Again, I don't think they needed to take any risks. They could just sit back and farm and say, Mineski, you have to be the one that's fighting into me. I feel like Execration are making all of the wrong big decisions. Also, in that last team fight, the Rupture went off, right? And the core got killed.
Yeah.
Magnus had a TP all that time. Could have just teleported out. Instead, he just waited in the tree line, maybe thinking of an opportunity to get a counter kill or two. But the team fight was already lost as soon as the vacuum wall came out, as soon as the epicenter came out. So I think they could have also mitigated their losses. Execration to me is playing very poorly, and throwing away a 5-6K advantage that they had previously.
And I think that it's also, it's not so much that like, I think you're right about the decision making. It's not that their individual play is bad, it's that Mineski have more ways to outplay them right now, and the decision making is really the worst thing going on wrong for Execration right now.
Yep.
Because I think by and large they're still really talented players and they're making good plays by and large, but it's just that the plays that they're making that are good are also the wrong ones.
Yeah. So one thing I'm definitely learning about Bloodseeker's timing and his ability from this game also is, you know, previously I was saying, look, Mushi is missing a lot of his time window. Bloodseeker is a hero that, at least personally when I watch it being successful, is the one that takes over the 10 to 15 minute mark by getting a bunch of rupture kills, right? But what we saw from Mushi last fight was his teammates did an excellent job of putting everyone at relatively low HP, even through the healing ward. Yeah. And as a result, he just turned into Superman, popped the BKB, and just played cleanup. So maybe that's the reason why he's picked, the hero's pick for this, and it definitely worked out in that particular fight.
Yeah, and when you have all of those big team fight ultis that are sort of set up to try and... Hello. He does have Force Blink if you want to go for that one, but not deciding to go for the RP on the Sand King. But yeah, like if everybody's brought low, suddenly you're in a great position to, you know, take a fight afterwards. But Invisrune not going to get picked up there. Time by Mushi, or he's still got a Shadow Blade to go back on. I like the Magnus Hand of Midas pickup. I feel like they're understanding now that they can't end the game very quickly, and already Jug is set up to go late game. Now Raging Potato needs to be, because a lot of the map is going to be farmed out. Their big movement. Oracle is not here for this fight, and
he has support.
It's not really a great place though if they can get this fight going. There's the Burrow onto the Magnus. The Vacuum Wall, it's only onto one. Oracle not there in time to be able to save him, and Raging Potato just going to end up going down. Ugh, that really hurts.
That means they're going to lose the tier 2. I think the critical thing for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so is the Roshan. It's going to spawn soon. Currently, we have Execration having very good vision around the area, but that is just one round of D-Ward away, and Mineski could claim the next Aegis as well. Time to group up here, I think, for Execration as soon as their Magnus spawns. Get a good smoke going, get a team fight going your way, get like 2 to 3 pickoffs, and then claim the next Rosh. Because I think if Mineski gets the Roshan right now, the game's over for Execration. Even though they have the better scaling late game, with the momentum of the Aegis, they could just take tier 2s and perceive into a Rax push. So the next 2-3 minute for Execration is extremely tenuous.
And they also have really great heroes on Mineski to keep these creep waves pushed out without having to really commit a whole hero to the lane. You have Darkseer, you can just spam out the Ion Shells. You've got Sand King that shows up for like half a second and the whole creep wave is dead with Caustic and Burrow Strike. So by and large, this is not a lineup that you're going to be even able to go into split push really against even. Like you have some ways to do it with like a Juggernaut spin TP and dropping Manta illusions or what have you, but it's not as effective because the creep wave is getting pushed out so easily by Mineski. Lincoln Sphere for James. Needs to keep him alive. These fights and make sure that the Rupture does not come out on time.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing is that we haven't seen a team fight that Execration have wanted almost ever this game. We haven't seen a big RP onto several targets, and I don't know if that's just because it feels like Mineski are always the ones initiating on them.
Well, Mineski is also playing fully aware of the fact that if they get RP, they lose, right? They are never grouping up for RP. That's the other big thing. Mushi breaks a smoke by himself. Is there any detection?
Oh, the dust is in his backpack.
Wait, there's a gem on Raging Potato, so they actually find him. Skewer back. Omni Slash is going to be there as well. The Omni Slash got pushed away. Huge misplays. Oh my god, the RP is going to get used on the way back. Nobody's dead on the side of either team just yet, but a huge misplay out of Execration. They won't lose anybody just yet. Now Ninja Boogie's up on the sky. Finally, they get the 1 kill. And I believe that's it. Critically, Roshan's alive, and now I think Mineski can't even think about taking it right under the nose of Execration.
That was a series of errors and misplays, and the pushback with the Omni Slash and the RP going. The RP stolen. They're gonna jump now onto Reor. They break the Lincoln's here for a strike. Turn it back around. Rupture into Force Staff. Trying to get him out. James is gonna blink away. Still taking a good amount of damage from that one. But Nando now on top of Mushi. Trying to take him down, but the gem isn't in the area. They can't take him down. They can't get on top of him. And now tries to turn. Kills off the Rubik. But will they be able to turn it around? They end up delivering the BKB to Arc in the middle of the fight. The Skewer to try and keep Mushi back and away. They are going to get him up to the high ground, but the Shockwave finds the kill. And it does look like with that, Ninja Boogie going to be able to Bro Strike away. Still chasing. James finds Ninja Boogie. Leemic there as well. They get the Impale on the other side of the fight. Looks like Nando is finally going to give up chase, but they take down the Sand King.
Is it over yet?
I think so.
It's not over yet. Okay. Alright, reset. That was some clown fiesta is all I got to say for that, but now Execration does have an opening to go into Roshan. They might actually just get it here. Yeah, Bloodseeker's dead, Sand King is dead. There's no way they could challenge this Roche fight. Despite the disastrous first half of the fight, Execration does win out in the second half, and they will claim the Roshan. The big difference in these fighting abilities that Mineski, to me, okay, both sides have big long cooldown ultimates, the RP, you know, the vacuum wall, that stuff, but as soon as God's Strength and the BKB went down on Sven, he just couldn't fight. And even though the 1v1 between Juggernaut and Sven is more in the favor of the Sven, because Sven is just a stronger man-fight hero, that fight went on for such a long time. Nando obviously just have Diffuser Blade, he has Blink, he's able to chase and get kills much easier against the support's backline.
And now you got Mineski trying to invest into a gem as well. They need to make sure that in the midst of these fights, they can keep eyes on the next assassin. Him scouting out and getting vision at the start of a fight could be all the difference in the world. You've seen how impactful an RP can be. And this has been team fights won without big RPs hit. And sometimes even, you know, skewers messing up Omni Slashes and stuff like that. So, very close situation. I think that Mineski has got to be worried, and they need to start thinking about maybe trying to slow the game down a little bit, wait out the Aegis, get into the next round of items.
I mean, the dangerous thing about that is you're slowing the game down against Empower Farm.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, Mushi. They're wrapping around. That gem is there. James is going to end up scouting. They look for Mushi again. He's in the area, and I think that they are going to just barely not have vision. James, go up to the side. They got him now. All right, RP, Mushi's done.
All right. Spends like 8 ult to get that kill, but hey. Got Mushi, and I'm not sure if they could push into the tier 2 though without all these ults. Mushi has a buyback. This could be a big turn here.
They really need to be careful. Mag is there. He's going to blink out as well. And I think as long as they just content themselves with the tier 2 tower, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But you can't go for high ground yet until you have RP backed up, just because of the danger of a Bloodseeker buyback. This is so scary.
Sand King is showing himself bottom. The way that he's looking like he's playing, he has no TP.
Oh, Sand King, if he's not there suddenly, this actually ends up changing completely. He's not there for this fight. This is going to end up being a
tier 3 at least.
Tower.
Yeah, Sand King, why does he not have a TP? Or why did he show bottom if he didn't have TP?
All right, they're in position now. Execration, they're going to go for the opening. There's the burrow. There's going to be the catch. A hell of a lot of damage coming through. They have the false promise, and actually, they're not taking a ton of damage as of yet. They fought back on Mushi's in the middle of the fight. Already that Aegis is down. Can they find anything else here? They end up stealing Vendetta on the Rubik. Enough as of yet. They jump forward, and they will kill off Nando. No RP still. It looks like the rest get out. Probably RR is going to escape, as well as maybe Leemic?
No, they have vision on him the whole time, right?
Yeah,
Bloodseeker. Yeah, he doesn't have a TP either. All right, so that was a costly push here. I think they could have gone to tier 3 and just gotten back very safely, but they just got a little bit greedy. They knew that Sand King wasn't there, but Sand King obviously was booking it the whole time back. But still, they got the tier 3, so they could now start thinking about the outside shrines. But still, that was a very costly push. They're down Juggernaut for a bit. They did get a buyback out of Mushi as well, so that's something. And if they could get the Sven here, that's absolutely huge.
Oh, the Veil tips them off. What is happening? Skewer back. But they catch him. They're going to pull him back in. Raging Potato, he doesn't have RP for 2 seconds. He just needs a couple more to get out of there, but it's not going to happen. And Raging Potato is going to drop 67 seconds. No buyback. This could be the timing for Mineski.
Oh my god, the classic C throw. Really? They were so far ahead just 5 minutes ago. They fight without RP. And it's all crumbling like super fast.
All right, he has buyback now. That's the thing. As long as he has buyback there.
But who's their initiating Sun? He is the initiating Sun. Right. Are you expecting Nyx to land an RP on his own? I guess he can. Here we go.
Forward, Levick gets it off. BKB is already there though, and now Omni Slash. They tried to take it over the rest of the team, and Mag is going to end up dropping because of it. Still barely left alive as Levick, as they are going to jump in. Tries to go for RP. Raging Potato still dropping low yet again. Arc doing the damage. It is eventually going to fall nonetheless. Nando with the double. They catch him as his way out. Rio going to be pulled out as well. So 4 are dead from Mineski.
Oh my god, this game is all over the place. And now does Execration just run down to the top lane and just get a Rax? That seems to be the goal here, James. Moving forward, perhaps even cutting the next creep wave just to make the push a little bit faster.
I think that they can do it. This is still a situation where obviously you don't want to buy back on your Sven. And I don't think that their team is really the worst as far as being able to hold out against the lane of Rax being down. We'll have to wait and see. As we get ready, again, 20-19. It's feeling like the game is on a knife's edge, and it's just been back and forth.
Execration's on a different page. Raging Potato just pushing in. Meanwhile, his team are taking shrines. I don't think they're going to think about high ground anymore. Okay. So that's a good break here from Mineski. All they've lost was a couple of heroes. They didn't lose any buybacks. They've lost a shrine.
Oracle has Guardian Greaves.
All right, maybe R is the real Oracle player. This is the most farm Oracle I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. All that KSing that he did earlier, paying off.
He ended up going for the 60 GPM talent as well.
Sure. I think that's probably the way to go.
Yeah, particularly if this game does stretch out for a while, which it's very possible that it could.
Yeah.
Lincoln's on Nando as well. So, current state of the game, let's try and break it down a little bit more as to where we're actually sitting. Do you feel like this 7K lead for Execration is indicative of the game being into their favor, or do you think that Mineski are pulling it back at the very least, or can pull it back?
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Execration rotating in. That tier 2 being at like 10 HP is a big problem right now, because this wraparound play is going to be a lot harder to execute.
There is going to be a courier that passes by. And that one does have sentry wards on it. Leemic walking forward. He gets the spike. Carapace off there, so he can walk away. Skewer back. Oh, what a play by Raging Potato. The 4-staff, and then he ended up stealing Skewer instead for Rior. Still looking for that opening. Sonic Wave comes out. Mag in trouble. Arc is already there. On to Nando. The epicenter turnaround. This Juggernaut is just dropping so quickly. He is going to die. On the other side, though, they still take down Mushi. So, a lot of damage being dealt out. The Impale looking forward, trying to get his opening, but instead they just turn and destroy the Nyx. He didn't even throw it out. Arc, in the meantime, still being Kaizen controlled. Ninja Boogie there as well. They've been able to hold on to a lot of this damage potential in spite of the fact that the Jug is already dead.
No, they missed the Skewer. Now Queen of Pain goes for it to clean up the kill. 3-2 so far at the end of the fight. Ninja Boogie's at half HP and Darkseer is running away. The problem here for Execration is that they don't have a creep wave, so they can't get any objective out of that successful fight. So back to more farming.
My god.
So go ahead.
Oh, it's just like 44 kills in, and it doesn't feel like, even at 38 minutes, you're able to like fully finish these objectives off. If Mineski just even have like 1 or 2 heroes, Execration don't feel comfortable. This game could go for a while.
It can go for a while. I think this game is very volatile, but if it just goes in a more like slow down pace of the game, which I don't envision it happening, but if it does slow down, I think it's Execration's game, because they already have an open lane of racks up top. If they do win another team fight with better creep waves, they will get a set of racks, and that will pull them further ahead. Even if the game just like, again, doesn't go anywhere. They still have Empower Farm, especially with Raging Potato now turning himself into a secondary core with that Hand of Midas. I think that's a lot of damage that Mineski just can't keep up with. And also, I believe we're getting to a point where the Bloodseeker core pig is starting to taper off. I don't think he did much in that last game fight.
Yeah, well, part of it was also just because he got caught and blown up and isolated from the rest of his team. I still think Rupture is incredibly hard to deal with. Didn't go to Rupture damage, actually. I guess this is the more right-click oriented build, but
yeah.
I guess the other idea is that he comes in to clean up at the very end of the fights like we talked about before.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, he doesn't have his support to synergize fully with the Rupture, like the Pudge or the Tusk Kick even.
Oh, here we go. Smoke broken. Mick in trouble. He's going to get caught, and that should be a very easy kill as Nando going to walk back in. Invis, do they realize this? They are going to be right in the area. He spins away. Blink, and there's going to be the TP. It's a little bit late, though. Can they get him?
Oh, no. Did you know what happened there? Mushi ruptured a Lincoln Sphere. So, he just walked off.
Yeah. All right. 40 minutes in. And they ended up losing their Nyx assassin. You can still maybe take a fight here.
Oh, walks up a hill, Lincoln gets broken immediately. He does have to get the false promise, but Sven doesn't care. Sven's just going in here. Juggernaut looks like he's still going to be alive. James also blinks out. The Burrows are on the back line. They do find him. RP's used, but oh, the skewer, everything else missing afterwards. James, level 25, pops off the Sonic Wave. Ninja Boogie comes back in. Here comes the Omni Slash. It bounces to the left side. Are we watching a clown show? Ninja Boogie, Burrow strikes to the left side. Mushi comes back in, but I don't think he can win the right click. Ninja Boogie finally will get spun off and killed. Mushi invis up. Do they have the detection? Meanwhile, blinking forward, Arc. Alright, his God Strength is out. It's ending, but he's still man-fighting James. Should be fine. Can he blink away?
Okay. What is happening?
Alright, he's off the cliff. He will go down. The vacuum, though, puts more Zero onto the cliff. Blinking forward, Yule Scepter finds Mushi this time around. Mushi doesn't have the PKB. Looks at TP out. Cannot complete the TP.
That was so silly. There were so many missed spells in that fight, and it's because all these heroes are so mobile, and it looks a lot worse than it actually is. At the end of the day, Execration win huge, and they take down the Bloodseeker, they take down the Sven, they take down all of these cores that are going to be so important for defending high ground. And after taking Roshan, they might finally go for it, but the mixture of Cliff, the epicenter just like in the middle of nothing, and Omni Slash bouncing on just like an illusion. And that one hurt a lot. It's indicative, though, that this lineup from Execration, I don't think you need as many of the big teamfight ultis to hit all at once. And I think that's where the strength of Execration comes in, is that they can do a lot with a little.
Yeah, even if all of their big ultimates aren't hitting, they have so much mobility. The Blink Dagger on the Juggernaut, the Sven, the Blink on the Nyx Assassin, the Blink Mag. You don't need to land a 5-man RP. You just start the team fight with 1 or 2, you disrupt Mineski, force them to be in a running situation, and then you pick them off one at a time.
For anybody just joining us from the North American stream, welcome. This is the Southeast Asian Playoffs. It's an 18,000 net worth lead for Execration as they're getting set up to try and come back in this series where Fnatic, or rather, excuse me, Mineski lead 1-0 and assaulting high ground now. They're going to move out Mineski, seeing if they can break this pressure that's coming from a freshly treated.
I hear the BKB going off somewhere.
Uh-oh. Mushi, please.
Okay. It was down to 5 seconds anyway.
Radiant's
So yeah,
top
it's okay.
tower is under attack.
Might not be okay if a fight breaks out now, though. 40-second cooldown on that BKB still.
This is one of those moments, too, where opening
Radiant's
that
top tower
comes
is under attack.
be minute, and if they're able to find it on
Just wrap
Execration,
around.
Mineski could be in a hell of a lot of trouble as Asian Potato, RP available. Rubik, Papa Shrine to get his mana back up. They're looking for that opening now and will find the Sven, but boy, we'll find this moment. Here looking for that opening. They turn now. Lincoln's top. She gonna walk back in, should be able to throw out a blood, right? The Rupture's there as well, vacuum wall onto 3, the Burrow as well. Arctis trying to get into range, it is gonna dismantle Nando, so Aegis already down. Can they find a more? Lemic taking a lot of this damage as well. Raging Potato ready to jump back in for the RP, and if they can run him down, the Ami Slash doing a good bit of damage, but it is gonna end up not transferring over fully. Sonic Wave comes out there, bringing them all low, is gonna find the kill. The Sven immediately buys back. He won't have God's strength for this though. Get any more off the back of it. I think that this is going to be Execration able to take this fight unless we get a miracle play here from Mag, and there it's the beginning of it. The Burrow Strike, the stun through onto 2, they turn him back around, the Impale is big, and possibly Raging Potato, with a little bit of help from his friends, is going to be able to bring down that Sven. That's a dieback, 100 seconds, and possibly, unless there's a miracle here, going to be Execration drawing this one even.
I mean, that team fight looked like it was close, but in my eyes, it wasn't close at all. James didn't even drop ever below half HP. That level 25 talent on Queen of Pain just took over this game. To me, this game is the difference in terms of the mid. James going off in these late game team fight, and Mushi's Bloodseeker nowhere to be found. I think all he did in the last team fight was rupture the Juggernaut, who had an Aegis,